Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about having Jupiter and Taurus in your natal chart, or Taurus, Jupiter, however you want to say it, same thing. As some of you may remember, when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did videos on the Jupiter placements in the natal chart, and they're a little bit concise, and some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them, which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is as far as Jupiter and Taurus goes, well, Jupiter is about luck and fortune. The person with this placement may be lucky when simply being persistent, patient, persevering, just by being trustworthy, loyal, steadfast. This could be actually, I would think, a very good placement for money and prosperity. Jupiter is connected with prosperity and affluence. Taurus is the sign of money and material wealth. Mixed martial artist Conor McGregor has the Jupiter and Taurus, I believe, and this is, and I'm sure he's not short on money. Um, Not saying everybody with this placement is going to make an abundance of money in their life, but it can be a good placement for prosperity. Now, it's also about, the luck can also come just by developing one's self-worth and how one self-esteem and how one feels about oneself. Having good self-esteem can reap really good rewards and dividends for this placement more so than many others. Yes, that could be true, for many regardless of astrological placements, but it can be more especially true in a placement, with this placement more so than most others. Um, Jupiter is also associated with our exuberance and enthusiasm. And, the person with Jupiter and Taurus in their natal chart may be very enthusiastic in terms of generating money, accumulating possessions, matters pertaining to their resources, their values as well. And there may also be a certain exuberance for, it could be Taurus related things, whether it's, geology, carpet laying, uh, architecture, agriculture, gardening, farming. It could be, doing work as a pawnbroker or stockbroker, working in finance or banking, as some examples. Um, this is really, having this placement. Jupiter is also associated with our philosophies, our beliefs, and this person may be very, persistent, loyal, and steadfast in matters connected with those. This person may stubbornly stick to their philosophies and beliefs through thick and thin, and their philosophy may be tied in. Might be a very conservative, basic, belief system. It could also be where, the person strongly believes, as far as their, philosophy goes, about being tenacious, persistent is important. In attaining, life, goals, and being dependable as well may get you far in life. A little bit loyalty, being steadfast, and also being, patient with matters as well, and understanding that not everything's going to come to you instantaneously. That there may be some time that you have to wait in order to get, certain things. And it's like the patience is a virtue kind of thing, and being patient with things, allowing not to become, too, impatient over matters if something doesn't, manifest into some reality right away. Jupiter also has a connection with sports. So, having Jupiter and Taurus, the person, maybe in terms of sports goes, maybe interested, in ones that, require, certain endurance. It could be like, working out vigorously, like weightlifting, and even long distance running can be another example. It could be something that requires, the constant, repetitive type of motion, that constancy. It could be like rowing a boat, as an example. I don't think maybe cycling too, may apply because it's the constant, the same movement, on the pedals. So that could be, something too that, these people may have, interest in as far as sports related activities go. Now, also, Jupiter is connected, with higher education. So this person, may be somebody that is interested in doing, in terms of college courses, may be interested in taking courses at being a stockbroker, or courses in banking or finance, agriculture, architecture, even geology, or even art, which can cover a wide divergence of things, whether it could be painting, drawing, or sculpting, as some examples. It could be something in the arts like acting as well. And this is also a person that may be very persistent in matters and very determined in higher education pursuits, and maybe economical as well, trying to find, the whatever the cheapest, most affordable, avenue in attaining a college, putting and getting a college course or degree or what have you. Now, also too, when you look at this, now Jupiter is connected with publishing as well. So this person with Jupiter and Taurus in their natal chart may have an interest in publishing things, pertaining to finance or money, helping others formulate ways to make money. Um, it could be, something with banking or architecture, agriculture. Some examples, doing something, maybe something connected with geology, or even art, carpet laying, as some other examples. Jupiter again, is connected with prosperity, so there may be prosperity in some, Taurus-related profession. Again, whether it could be geology, being a stockbroker, working in finance, banking, agriculture, doing something as a pawnbroker, working in jewelry, as some examples. Now, another thing too is that, I've spoken about this in previous videos. I've stated about, Jupiter, being very paradoxical. It could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. And in some cases, I believe this placement may enlarge or expand issues. It could be with the throat, the neck, the thyroid, or even the esophagus, as some examples. And I would think especially if this falls in the first or sixth house in the natal chart. First house is connected with the physical body. Sixth house is associated with physical health related issues. And also too, Jupiter is associated with traveling abroad. So if somebody, has this placement, is planning to travel to another country, it can be, done in a very methodical, deliberate, and plotting manner. The person may ponder, certain, decisions connected with traveling abroad, before actually embarking on them or making a decision pertaining to them. They may be money related. There may be some business that a person has to conduct in another country. They may be, it could also be where the person, is very, calm in terms of, whenever they, have to travel, if they're traveling to another country, and very determined to follow up on whatever it is they're doing that's associated with foreign travel. Now, Jupiter is also associated with religion. So if the person is religious, they may be very loyal and steadfast in terms of their religion and to their beliefs associated with it. They may it could be somebody that stubbornly sticks to their religion through thick and thin, and also too, Jupiter is associated with foreigners, so it can be where, if you know any foreigners, one or more of those people may actually be a Taurus, sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply embody the characteristics of the sign. It can be, people that are very, persistent, persevering, patient, people that are trustworthy, loyal, steadfast, but can also be very stubborn and obstinate. It can be people also that are in Taurus professions, whether it can be farming, gardening, art, architecture, agriculture, carpet laying, geology, or in banking or finance as some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.